Pride Month has been a bust so far all across the US of A. Corporations pulling out, leaving no doubt that the merch simply is not selling. Rainbows are not leaving the shelves because the content was never put on the shelf in the first place. But what if we told you that Disney just stepped in it big time over the weekend? Major controversy. It turns out their Disneyland Pride Night featured something that just might be illegal in Walt Disney World. Hello, folks. Hello, friends. Welcome back yet again to the channel that continues to give you the news, puts a smile on your face. And guess what else, folks? We're ready to face off against those who are purveyors of mistruths and bad deeds. As we dive in, indeed, we need you to click that like button, share this out, and if you're not yet subscribed, just know we're trying hard every single day to earn it from you, working overtime. Let's stop on by Pride Night at Disneyland. What's the big controversy? What is it they did? And why is the internet all in a tizzy? It'll make you dizzy as you watch the vid. Well, folks, they did a Disneyland Pride Night over the weekend, but nothing at Walt Disney World. What's going on? Well, we've got answers, and we're going to bring it to you right now. Alpha Fox says, Disney está muerto a mí. Disney is dead to me. Here's the video. We got to turn off the sound because it's audio that we can't play. But Disneyland Pride Night 2026, and it's right there. Hang on. It's right there in this clip. Look back here. Look who we've got. Folks, Austin Powers, not I, of course. Austin Powers might say something like, that's not a man. That's a bad impression. But anyway, you get the idea. Look at that. Wait a minute. What is going on?
No.
What is the name of that? Miss Tomorrow? Is that Miss Tomorrow? I think that is Miss Tomorrow.
It's Miss Tom Amaro.
Miss Tomorrow. And look at the green. Okay. Here's the bottom line. Okay. We'll let it play. Drag at Disneyland.
It's raining, man.
Hallelujah. All right. So there's Goofy and Clarabelle. And you know, it looks like the opening of Epcot. Rainbows used to mean something else back in the day. But this was Disneyland Pride. And the drag thing is the thing you need to know, okay? That's what matters. This is a big deal. They threw the fireworks. We'll play the fireworks for you. This is from Gerondel Oficial. Says, Pride Night at Disneyland will never not be my favorite night at the parks. You can see the fireworks. I mean, they really, this is all out. The problem is that Florida just recently passed laws regarding DRAG and kids. Now, kids are allowed at the Disneyland Pride Night, but guess what? If you were to do the same thing in Florida, it would be maybe illegal. So we're just finding that out a few hours ago that this is why it may not have happened at Walt Disney World. Marv, you cover the parks all the time. The Disneyland Pride thing, it's advertised to people of all ages. Walt Disney World is a very different situation. You have to go out of your way right now to find anything Pride related to Walt Disney World. They've essentially hidden the murals for Pride, and then the only other thing they're doing this year is a rainbow-colored slushie. So it could not be more different. The two, Disneyland, Walt's Park, and Walt Disney World, his resort, they're totally different for this month of June. What do you think? What do you say about it?
I think that part of the reason for that is the Florida state government, but I think the other big part of that is the fact that Walt Disney World is a vacation destination for people from all over the world, including a lot of very wealthy people who come spend a whole lot of money from the Middle East. You have Saudi families that come, people like that, and they drop a ton of money on their Disney trips, and they're not going to want to see that. You have people coming from countries with different sensibilities that Disney pretends that it doesn't cater to, and I think that in California, you can get away with this. It's a locals park. Everybody in California is pretty much, well, most people in California that go to Disney regularly are pretty much, down with all of that. But I think that when you're pulling from a global audience, especially a lot of them are coming from, from Asian countries and things like that, you're not going to get as much understanding, and people might not want to book those big expensive trips anymore, bro.
By the way, the one thing that's coming out of Disney World, Pink News has put this out there, Buzz Lightyear at Walt Disney World, and I figured out where this is finally. It took me forever to figure out because this is
Yeah, it's right outside Toy Story Land.
Yeah, in between Toy Story Land and One Man's Dream.
Yeah, it's the Roy O. Disney building. I pointed it out to you. We were walking past it.
Yes. So Buzz is out here, and he's got this fan, and he does this thing. But this is something impromptu by a cast member playing Buzz, or Buzz's friend for the kids. It's not the kind of thing that you see at Disneyland, and really that's it for Disney World. I mean, just nothing.
He's doing the Buzz Lightyear dance from Toy Story 2 when he gets reset to be all Spanish language Buzz.
Right, and there's also no, because they hand the fan. Okay, look at this again. Okay, I'm going to show this. This is amazing. So I wish I could do this in slow motion. As we can. Okay, look. As they hand, so he's reaching out his hand for the fan. The fan was folded in before he reaches for it. Mm-hmm. We can see that because as the camera moves, you can see it be unfurled. See how it comes unfurled? So Buzz is reaching for a fan that is closed. They open it, and it turns out to be the Pride fan, and now he's dancing with it. Yeah. So I actually think that this was maybe manufactured.
Yeah, this was definitely not Disney. I don't think Disney was a part of this. I think this is just something this Buzz performer or this friend of Buzz just happened to do. Yeah, I don't think Disney would, because they are being really, really careful about all of this. Like the merchandise is pared down. You know, Universal has its merchandise out as well, but there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, and so Andy, at Disneyland, they pushed this back a little bit later. I think it's to hide this from, the kids, and they don't want these. They don't want drag on Main Street with kids. I think they know that'll go far and wide in the media. But that's where the controversy is coming online. I'm not going to put up, there are so many posts right now angry at Disney, and it comes down to the people you see on the screen right there. That's the part, people are saying essentially, this is a special ticketed event, whatever, you get what you pay for. But still, I don't think people like the idea of drag down Main Street and kids, present. What are your thoughts?
Last week, something interesting happened. I have a young man that I've been teaching for, most of his life now. What you would consider very classically liberal family and so forth. Had held all of the usual ideologies and so forth. And he really summed this up very well, that he's 30 now, and he said they've burned up all the goodwill that people had for them. Everyone was willing to be, you know what? If this is really what I just want to live my life and be left alone, everybody was there. And then you went and I don't understand it's been said before, not by me. I don't want to take credit for someone else's insight, but why is it that they want to perform in front of children so much? Why is this, and why are people buying into it, companies buying into it? It should be something that used to be where a company was looking for something that was going to bring more of an audience, more of a customer base. And it's gotten to the point where it's alienating. And I see this with younger generations, because my children are they're grown, but I hear some of the conversations and I see the eye rolling and I see the head shaking, because it's like, all right, we did all these things, and you're like, so this is what's happening in the world. It's like there's an exhaustion, there's a fatigue to it, and that I think is the real issue with this. It's not that people have suddenly turned intolerant and things. It's just
the plus sign, Andy.
Yes.
So yes. You think about it, okay? You say, okay, I'm L. Okay, I'm lesbian. I'm into girls. And most guys say, me too. Don't care. If when it comes to the G, the dude says I'm into the guys, and we say, don't care. And then you say the B, right? And you say I'm into guys and girls. And we say, you don't want to pick a side? Don't care. It's when it gets that plus sign, when it's anything goes, gets in the plus sign, and that's the huge problem. Because then you've got these people who they have their desires for social change or acceptance, but then you got somebody who thinks that they're a groundhog, and they want to carry a litter box around, and they want to staple 3 tails to their rear, and you have to speak to this extra appendage I have, and just crazy stuff, crazy, and that's where things, I think, everything changed. But But Lauren, corporations have largely gotten away from. Lauren, what are you doing to me?
Nothing. I'm waiting to hear where you're going.
I thought you had a little bit of a smirk about the groundhog.
No, I was thinking more about talking to an extra appendage, but go on.
I knew you had it. I knew there was just that little tell, that twinkle in your eye that said. Anyway.
I don't know what you do in your
Lauren,
spare time.
Lauren, the corporations have moved away from talking to the extra appendages stapled to the back of your denim. Lauren, they moved away from that, and thank goodness for it. But Disney is still, in Disneyland, if they didn't do it, there would be protests, about not doing it. So here they are, and they're kind of stuck in this thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't have a good feel for this because I'm not in the parks a whole lot. I know this is a big event for them for June. But really, if you toned it down, it's obviously you've done that in Florida. Are people screaming in Florida, or are they screaming at the governor, or are they screaming at all? Is anybody screaming?
No.
Okay, if nobody's screaming, then knock it off. It's already been shown that when you are pushing this stuff, you tend to get a backlash, and it's for exactly the reasons that you gave. We were all fine with saying, let me love who I want to love, let me get married, leave me alone.
Yep,
That's
don't
a done
care.
deal. Everybody's okay with that. You start rubbing my face in it, and I'm going to start caring.
You, sir, you're on timeout. You did that on purpose. You did it on purpose, and you know you did it on purpose.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of here, man. When you stick around for the entire video, it really does help the channel. And we're so appreciative of that, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine that you would stick around and hear everything we have to say. The studio is glistening because you're listening each and every day. If you're not yet subscribed, well, you should be. And click that like button. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.